Last week, we shared our stay at Fort Pierce, Florida.
Walking in the sand is hard.
It's totally overrated. I got that for you. I wrote a check.
I wrote a check.
Then you tested your knowledge by taking a little quiz identifying the different models of beautiful Prevost buses. I also shared the beginnings of the annual Prevost Expo. This week, I'm going to show you some beautiful Prevost coaches organized by price, and you get to pick out your favorite. Hi, I'm Gail, and welcome to Traveling Marlins. In case you watched last week's video, just to let you know, I needed to change some of my plan. But don't fret, because everything that I mentioned that was going to be in this video will be shown very soon. Your virgin walk into Prevost Expo. How much is a shell of these? 800,000? Okay. Yeah, this is a shell of a Prevost, which is about $800,000. But ooh, it smells good in here. It smells like plywood. I like plywood.
Well, yeah, they put a new one out every year.
But this is where our balance is. Each one of these that goes over and down on this side. But this is all the steel construction that's in the Prevost. And there's your slide, right?
Yep, slide. This will be the bed.
Uh-huh.
Here. Your slide
All
over
the
here.
mechanism.
This is a quad slide.
Yep. Quad slide. I know, there's so much steel. That's what's amazing. Unreal. It's a few days before the opening of the Prevost Expo for the public, but as I mentioned in last week's video, when you buy the VIP package, you get a few perks. One of the things is that you get to go into the show area early. And another thing is that we get to listen to some really interesting sessions. That is a good-looking coach. They all are, Mike. We're on our way now to hear a session about the Marathon Converter.
So now I'd like to introduce Casey Hess with Marathon Coach.
Marathon has built converted the most coaches, so naturally there's more marathons on the road, likely than any other Prevost converter out there. It also has a longer wheelbase, so for those of you that are really in tune to the drive, you can sense that lower center of gravity. They are pretty close, but if you do drive an X, I think any X lover here will tell you it drives better than the H. So I probably shouldn't have said that. And then doesn't turn as tight. Okay, that's a good comment. And then obviously the look. So if you see this coming down the road, right, it's a bus. You know exactly what that is. Obviously the H345 is probably the most popular, what you see the most. A ton of bay storage, a lot of floor plan flexibility because the floor is flat all the way to the back. And the paint options here, most people paint the whole coach. Or on an X, we like to let some of that stainless show. There's a customer actually sitting with us today that was involved in a pretty traumatic accident. And I'm sure you've seen on the Facebook groups and whatnot, if a typical RV rolls over or gets hit, it's pretty rough, right? It's kind of sticks built on a chassis, a frame rail chassis. Where when you're riding around in a bus, you're in a one-piece monocoque, and I hope you walk through that shell later today to see that frame and the rigidity, what you're riding, what you're putting your family, your spouse, your kids, grandkids in, and how important that is. I'm going to show a video. We'll just watch that one more time. But this right here is why we're here, right? This is why we buy Prevost. It's the finest motor coach chassis in the world. It's designed to carry 56 passengers down the road for thousands of miles every day. We happen to think they're really cool, and we take them and turn them into motorhomes so that you can live and travel the world in. But this is why you're here. This is why you want a Prevost. That couple is sitting in this audience today, and they would not probably have walked away, literally walked away from that accident where that large utility truck came right over the line. There was nowhere for them to go.
For those of you who aren't familiar with Prevost converters, I thought I'd share just a little bit about that. The go-to site, in my opinion, for anything Prevost. Well, maybe I should say anything Prevost. If you want to see Prevost, the Prevosts that are for sale, go to prevost-stuff.com. You can go to Prevost for sale, and you'll see you have some filter fields right here. But what I want to show you specifically is the converter list. You hear about converters all the time. The Prevost is the best part of it. The converter is the company that makes it into a motorhome. And you can see on Prevost stuff, there's a little bit of a list here. We have a Marathon, and there you have a list of the Marathons. You'll kind of notice once you start really looking at a bunch of Prevosts that the converters have their uniqueness. We've been looking at different converters for a long time, and I'm not as good with the newer converter styles, but the converters that are 10 years old or older, and Mark's better at it than I am, but we can typically walk into the bus and go from front to back and look at everything and say, oh, this is a Marathon, or this is a Liberty, or this is a Featherlight, or whatever. And again, I'm not that good at the newer ones because they're changing their styles a little bit. But that's what we mean by a converter. So for example, I'll just click on this first one, and you'll see all the outside photos, and then the interiors. And you'll see bay pictures as well at the bottom, and the engine pictures and the systems. But it's a fun site to go to. To add to this, typically when you walk up to the door of a Prevost, the converter model will be on the left side of the doorway, typically. I thought we'd try something new. I'm going to show you 10 coaches that we saw, and they're in price range order, just to let you know. And they're not all the coaches that we saw. Oh, goodness, no, because there were a lot of coaches. I'm going to share with you 10 that are in the price range up to $1 million. After you see the 10, I'm going to put a QR code on the screen for those of you watching TV, where you can just shoot a picture of that and it'll take you to our community area. Or if you're watching on some other device, then you can go to the description area, or you can go to our logo, click that, and then along the tab you will see where it says post, and that's where you'll get your poll so you can vote on which one you like the best. And it's all anonymous, no biggie, it's just for fun. Get your paper and pen out so you can take some notes, and here we go. over here.
There.
Oh, that's sweet. If we haven't told you guys, every single Prevost is painted differently.
Everyone.
So they're
You'll never
unique.
see two the same.
Never. Okay, do you have your favorite? All right, if you're watching from a TV, you can just grab your phone and shoot a picture of that QR code and it will take you to the poll. If you're not able to do that, then you can click on our logo. Then that will take you to our homepage, which then you'll look for the tab that says post and you'll see the poll there. Or you can just drop down into the description and I'll put a link to the poll there. So I just thought it'd be a fun thing that we could do, and we'll talk about the results next time. And for those of you who have subscribed, we thank you so much. Greatly thank you. And for those of you who haven't, we would love for you to subscribe as well. Either way, give us a thumbs up, and we love visiting with you guys in the comments area. So you're welcome to put a comment there. Till next time, when you're going to see the $1 million coaches, have the best day ever. Bye for now.